sports. And the spotlight is on the MVP of Super Bowl 56, Cooper Kupp, closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Rams and the Saints, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining.
Going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Week 11 in the NFL, and the playoff race is starting to take shape. And we got a couple of good divisional matchups coming up in primetime this week. First tonight, the Bengals and Steelers from Heinz Field. And then tomorrow night, you and I on a plane after this one ends, going down to Mexico City in Estadio Azteca for the 49ers and Cardinals. And that is going to be a fascinating game to call and watch. And one of us almost missed it. I'll spare you the long story, but my passport was expired. But thanks to the expedited option, got it in time, and off we go down south. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. His throw incomplete. Credit that good coverage to Paulson to Debo. Got a hand in and knocked it free. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up in this franchise, and obviously going to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
It's a gain of 10. And the Rams first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Akers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Stafford on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On first down, Stafford here. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught. A big play there for L.A. 41 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Here's Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard.
On 2nd and 9. Winston out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's taken out of bounds.
Throwing. Winston. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Able to get away. Pass incomplete. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, multiple times in All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. A first down throw for Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Stafford going to give this to Akers, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson from 17 yards out. And the Rams look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Looking long for Thomas. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
13 yards on the play.
1st down, Winston. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Chris Olave. 8 yards.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Jameis to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 9. Running the jet sweep, Landry. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Going right back to Akers. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
It's a gain of 4.
Now Stafford.
3rd down.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Winston now to throw on 1st down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
It's a gain of 11. And the Saints.
Jameis now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Winston's pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now Winston. Dodges him at the 50. He gets it to Thomas.
Winston's pass.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a gain of 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. To the air again with Winston. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen.
4th down, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Winston. Olave holds it in.
Winston's pass.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Winston. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Jarvis Landry. Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
Now Winston on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marquez Callaway, his first touchdown on the year. Winston to throw for it. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Williams, the ball carrier.
So the LA Rams with a victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Los Angeles, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.